Hi there, my name is Kirsten Ward and I own Bookkeeping for Contractors. Currently I had a client who just requested this information, so I'm going to provide it to the masses. This is my sample company that I've created for my firm to create videos for our clients and then anything additional we feel would be beneficial to other business owners. So, in this video I am going to be showing you how to enable progressive invoicing with estimates. If you are a construction worker, this is huge. So this will make a really big difference, and then I'll create an example of how to create an estimate within QuickBooks Online and how to invoice that progressively. So first you're going to come over here to your gear icon. You're going to come over to Account and Settings. You're going to then move over to your sales account, and then you're going to come down to progressive invoicing, and you're going to make sure that this is clicked on. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over and we're going to create an estimate. So for this case we're going to use one of our customers that has multiple locations. So in this case we'll use this one that I just made up. This is not real. And so we have our estimate date entered. We are going to enter our product or service. So we'll do miscellaneous service and miscellaneous product or parts. So we'll do labor here. Okay, so labor is at 100 an hour, we'll say, and the miscellaneous service, we'll say that there are 5 hours of service associated with this work. Okay, miscellaneous parts, we'll say that there were, we'll say heavy-duty wall brackets. Okay, and then we're just going to do 4, and we'll say that they are 150 a piece. Okay, so this is our total invoice. We'll just hit save. Once we have confirmation from the customer, either signed documentation, we will attach it here, and then we'll come up and we'll show that this has been accepted or approved, and then we'll say, since this is Jessica's account, that it was Jessica, and the date that that approval was made. So then we're going to save, and then we could save and send, we could save and close, save and new. Now I'm going to come over and I'm going to create an invoice. And it is going to be for their Chick-fil-A location. And you'll see that my estimate immediately pops up. So I can add this, and I can do progressive invoicing. I can do a total of all estimate lines. I can do a percentage of each estimate line, or I can do a custom amount for each line. If I'm wanting to access this in a different way, then I'm going to come to Sales and Customers. I'm going to go to the customer in question. Sorry, this customer. And then I am going to create a invoice here, or I can come here and create an invoice. So just to make things simple, I'm going to create an invoice there. And let's say that they're just going to do a down payment on the estimate for parts. So I am just going to do a custom amount for each line, and I'm going to create my invoice. So from here, I can see that I can do an amount or I can do a percentage. I'm going to do a percentage, and I'm going to say 100%, okay, for the parts. Then I'm going to do save and close. So hypothetically speaking, let's say that we get there, we do the service, we do the parts, and then they say, oh yeah, can you also fix this, this hole in the wall, okay? So I'm going to come back to my estimate. I'm going to create a change order. Depending on if this is a residential or if it's commercial, that would change whether or not you needed to create a whole new estimate for submitting, or whether or not you could just add to the current estimate. So in this case, let's say that this is a friend of mine. She's fine with me just submitting it on the same estimate. So I'm going to do change order labor and change order materials. We'll say patch hole, and then labor to patch hole. Okay, and let's say that it took half an hour, and the materials were $42.10. Okay. Alright, so now I can see that I have an open invoice for the materials. Now I realize I need to invoice out the remaining balance because the job is complete. So now I'm going to do remaining of all lines. But if it was, say, a progressive and you're going to create 2 or 3 invoices from it, then you can do one of these options. But I'm just going to do the remaining. So I'm going to come in here and I can see that I have it all listed out, the remaining items. I can either save and send this, I can save and create a new one, or I can save and share a link. So in this case, I'm just going to save it. If I want to download this for any reason, I can come in and print and preview, and it will give me the option to download it. I can make this a reoccurring invoice if I want. I can customize it with a different panel of options for how the invoice will appear. I can void it, I can copy it, I can delete it, or I can check and see who created this invoice, and it will say who created it and what changes they made will be highlighted with each update. So that gives you an idea of how to create an estimate with progressive invoicing, and then how to add a change order if needed. So if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us here at Bookkeeping for Contractors, and I hope you have a good day.